everyone, this is meteorologist Jeremy Norbutt. I'm back at you with another video by the Weather Wizard. Very active pattern and very interesting pattern that we're in. I will talk about the major storm coming up, why the forecast is pretty much impossible at this time. I cannot tell you right now whether you're going to get 0 or 6 inches of snow, which is very unusual. Normally 2 days out from a storm I'm able to tell you that, and I will explain why. And next week, middle to late next week, I'm watching a potential major storm again. So let's get into that all right now. And I will show you what I'm expecting from the first and the second system. So here is the GFS model. This is the new run that just came in, the 18Z. So I will show you the progression. Let's get this thing out of the way. I'll show you the progression of this system, and then I will zoom in. So here's the low pressure down in northeast Oklahoma, and this low pressure will ride along the front. This low pressure will be strengthening and moving pretty at a decent clip. As you can see, look at how close the rain snow line is. Let's just zoom in a little here. Here's the forecast challenge. Let's see, there it is. Okay, so let me just show you why this is such a big forecast challenge. So we are going to see significant rain with this system and possibly decent snow out of this system. Let's first talk about the rain. Here is the total accumulated precipitation from this first system. As you can see, we are in the lighter shades of blue. That's possibly near 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall. Combined with the snow melts, that will be flash flooding and significant creek rises and issues with that, ice jams. I expect us to get at least 1/2 inch of rain, up to 1.5 inches of rain, and the snow will be the toughest part to forecast. I do think we will see significant rainfall with this system. I do think we will see flash flooding. We have a flood watch out right now that the National Weather Service issued this morning. And on top of that, we'll see a flash freeze Thursday evening and overnight. The temperatures will crash from 50 into the upper 20s in the matter of 6 to 8 hours. So significant downtrend in the temperatures Thursday evening and overnight, and that could be accompanied by a small period of heavy snow, possibly late Thursday evening into the early morning hours of Friday. By early morning hours, I mean till about 3 a.m. or so. But the latest run of the GFS had a significant shift to the south. As you can see here, Niagara County says 13 inches. And all these pinks are 6 inches plus. The cutoff is right here in Monroe County, where we are, unfortunately. This is a very tough scenario. Compare the last run. Way further north, 1 inch for Niagara County. And just flip back a little bit. Significant shift by the GFS to the south. The colder air is expected to come in faster. This also happened with the European today. Here's the latest snow from the European. As you can see, it says the same thing. Oh boy, this is a little laggy here. Okay. According to the European, I'm not going to show the GFS because it's not in yet on this site, but European says 4 inches, and you go just less than 50 miles to the northwest, and you see double-digit snowfall totals are possible. Another thing I want to highlight is the GFS model is calling for possibly significant freezing rain close to our area. I don't think this will verify. I will show you this, but I do not think this will verify, just because of how fast the cold air will move in. But I do think there could be a brief period of freezing rain possible. But let's go out to 72 hours here. Either way, I think that it will be very warm tomorrow and Thursday, 50 both days. Steady and heavy rain Thursday. By the time we get to the dinner hour, between 1/2 and 3/4 inch of rain, probably closer to 1/2 inch. And the rain will be really heavy from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and possibly heavy snow depending on when the changeover is. But let me just show you that freezing rain threat on the GFS model. Okay, here's the freezing rain by the GFS. It does give Buffalo 1 inch of freezing rain. That is substantial. I'll zoom in a little here. Okay, so Buffalo's right around here. That's 1.2 inches of freezing rain. That would be detrimental. As you see, the model is calling for about 1/3 of an inch for Spencerport, which would still be substantial. More amounts further west, possibly, but this is the 18Z. Okay. Let's zoom out a little here. Let me just clarify that I don't think this will verify just because the cold air is going to crash in so fast Thursday evening and overnight. I don't think we're going to have that much of a freezing rain risk. Maybe down here south of Lake Erie in Ohio, but I think that's about it. So currently I'm thinking maybe a few inches of snowfall. If this southward trend continues, though, overnight, 5 to 8 inches is still not out of the question. High-end advisory, low-end warning amounts are not out of the question. But I think that advisories will be issued at least for these far northwestern counties in western New York. But now let's take a look at the next storm for later next week. The Farmer's Almanac has red flagged the last week in February for a significant winter storm possible, and behold, it is showing up on the models. Here's snowfall expected for the rest of the month. Loads of snow in Canada. Loads of snow in New York and the Northeast. That is 1 foot plus for the rest of the month for much of New York State. And this is because of a very interesting setup, which I haven't seen in a while. Don't know if I've ever seen it, actually. Let's zoom out a little here. So as we go through time in our first storm, high pressure moving off to the east, off the coast. Here is the storm that has the cold front. Where this low pressure sets up will all depend on where the front stalls. And now the models are starting to come into better agreement. Maybe a small clipper this weekend. Nothing substantial, though. And then here's where it gets interesting. We see a wave of low pressure to our north. Most likely misses us. This cold air does not extend very far to the south. And here's more moisture streaming north. This is the first wave. Looks like a little light rain. Second wave. Maybe more light rain. And here's the third wave, where the Farmer's Almanac has red flagged. That is a significant winter storm, and I already looked at the model projections. This is a 14-inch snowstorm, according to this model run. Mind you, this is still 10 days out, and nothing is set in stone more than 5 days out. Even with this system, that is 2 days out, nothing's set in stone. And then just looking beyond that, looks like we may have more chances for rain and snow as colder air deepens for the end of the month into early March. So, what do I think for March? I think March could be an active month. I really do. Do not think it will be like last March where we saw less than an inch of snow. So here is one of the model's temperature projections. This is early March. As you can see, it's trying to show some sort of trough in the eastern United States. And here's this cold and the warm battling out from mid-March and into late March and into early April. So I think there is at least one more big snowstorm of a foot or more coming. I don't think this next one is the one, but I do think we could get decent accumulations from this next system, possibly. I'll do a video tomorrow showing you the latest runs, but as of right now, I'm going to keep it at 1 to 3 inches, just so I can see the model consistency. If they start trending back north or continue south, I'll have to adjust my amounts. But I'm not expecting to be forecasting 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow. I'm expecting to be forecasting way different amounts. So definitely stay tuned for that. Very active pattern coming up, and very interesting setup next week. Early next week will be warm, though. We'll be in the 40s to near 50 for Monday through Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday, and then colder air will crash in and battle with the warmer air and possibly a storm by the end of next week. We're going to have to see. Winter is far from over, guys. So that is all for today's forecast, everyone. Thank you, stay tuned, and have a weather-tastic day. And make sure to subscribe to your left if you haven't already done so, and share this video with your friends. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next upload.